Remember when Prince Andrew went on TV and said he'd never spoken to Jeffrey Epstein after 2010? He first met Epstein in 1999 through Ghislaine Maxwell. After Epstein's 2008 conviction for procuring a minor for prostitution, Andrew says he cut off contact. Then in December 2010, he went to New York with the sole purpose of telling Epstein their friendship was over.
A new year just started, and Meghan Markle thought she had finally left her past behind. She's posting Netflix stuff, selling jam, and acting like sunny California fixed everything. Then boom, Prince Andrew has another scandal. New photos show up from Epstein files with Andrew and groups of women. And now everyone online is asking the same thing. Was Meghan at those yacht parties back in 2001? Here's what people say matters. Andrew's ties to Epstein and Maxwell were very close. Those yacht trips in Phuket, Thailand, weren't just vacations. They were rich people events where powerful men met pretty, ambitious women. And Maxwell's biographer claims Meghan's name keeps coming up when people talk about who attended. Also, Meghan's close friend Marcus Anderson was photographed on yachts with Andrew in 2001 years, before Meghan was famous. Do you see why people think this connects? If this is true, it could change the story of how Meghan went from an unknown actress to a duchess.
She said she had sex with you 3 times.
No.
No to all of it.
All of it. Absolutely no to all of it.
This is pretty bad for the monarchy as a whole.
It has been what I would describe as a constant sore in the family.
Here's what people say happened. On January 3rd, 2026, new Epstein files came out, over 300,000 documents released by the US government, and inside them was a photo that shocked people. It shows Prince Andrew lying across the laps of 5 women. He's smiling, wearing a fancy jacket, and Ghislaine Maxwell is standing nearby watching. People say the photo was taken at Sandringham House, where the royal family gathers for Christmas. If that's true, this wasn't some random party. It would mean Andrew brought Epstein's world right into royal space. The women's faces are blocked out by US lawyers. That made people even more suspicious. They ask, why hide the women's faces unless there's something important to protect?
This picture, and I see that it's 2014, and Ben goes, had such a fun night with this wonderful lady, Meghan Markle, last night. Thanks, Marcus Anderson.
Is that Soho House? Probably.
I'm assuming that's Soho House.
Yeah.
Why is he thanking Marcus Anderson for being able to hang out with her?
That's when the internet went wild. People started wondering if Andrew was around mystery women at a royal estate. What else happened at the yacht parties nobody talks about? Who else was there? Who got invited into that world? That's when Meghan's name started trending fast. People say this doesn't feel random, it feels like a pattern. Now jump back to 2001, about 25 years ago. Meghan is 20 and a struggling actress, not famous and not connected. At the same time, Andrew is traveling with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell to Phuket, Thailand for a luxury yacht party. These weren't normal parties, they were events where connections could change someone's life. And here's the big claim. Kirby Summers, who wrote an unauthorized biography of Maxwell, has said Meghan was brought to that Phuket yacht party by Epstein and Maxwell.
If you follow Harry and Meghan, you know all about Marcus Anderson. You know that he always seems to pop up.
After that, pictures from the yacht party spread online. They show women in swimsuits partying with powerful men. People started comparing the women in the photos to young Meghan. Some said the hair, body shape, and age looked similar. Meghan's supporters argued it wasn't her, saying the face isn't clear and the legs look different. It could be anyone. But people still ask this. Why would Kirby Summers, someone who researched Maxwell for years, say Meghan's name out loud? Most people don't name someone that famous unless they think they have a reason. Now, here's the part that shocks people most. Marcus Anderson. He's been Meghan's close friend for years and is the Soho House guy who introduced Meghan to Prince Harry. Some photos from 2001 show a man people believe is Marcus Anderson on a yacht in Phuket. Same time, same place as Andrew's Epstein trip. Let that sink in. Marcus appears linked to the same yacht scene where Andrew Epstein and Maxwell were said to be networking 15 years before he introduces Meghan to Harry.
Meghan has never been seen at a Soho house without the company of either Marcus Anderson, Misha Nonu, or Prince Harry. According to Soho House rules, guests are allowed to accompany a house member so long as they literally stay by the member's side the entire time. Meghan couldn't even attend her own New York City baby shower at Soho House without a darling Marcus Anderson.
So people ask, how does a Soho House leader end up at yacht parties with British royalty back in 2001? What was he doing there? And if Marcus had links to those circles back then, did Meghan get connected through him? Think about Marcus's job. He's a global membership director at Soho House. That means his work is making introductions and connecting ambitious people with rich, powerful people. That's not just being friendly, that's high-level networking. Here's a timeline. People point to using events they say are clear. 2001. Andrew parties with Epstein and Maxwell in Phuket, and Marcus appears in photos from similar events. Meghan is 20 and supposedly not part of that world. 2004, Meghan graduates and moves to LA, getting tiny acting roles and struggling like many actresses. But during those years, she also travels to expensive places. Photos exist of her on luxury boats and at fancy Monaco events, things most struggling actresses couldn't afford.
Where the information is guarded like the gold in Fort Knox. If sensitive sources were used, the files will be classified. Even if a case is closed or someone dies, that doesn't mean the files become public. Many are protected by national security exemptions, ongoing investigations, or privacy concerns. And yes, technically, you can request these documents through the Freedom of Information Act.
So, how did she pay for that? With what money? And through which connections? The official story is that she had wealthy friends, but people ask, who were they? And why would billionaires invite a broke actress to super private events unless they wanted something from her? Then, in 2011, Meghan gets Suits. Some claim it wasn't just normal auditions, someone helped open the door. In 2016, she meets Harry, again. Through Marcus Anderson and Soho House, not by accident, and Marcus is the same person people claim shows up near those yacht party circles years earlier. So the pattern people see is this. Meghan's biggest jumps in life seem tied to powerful connections, not the usual path. Some argue that means she was working those elite circles the way people whisper about Tan that Marcus was helping behind the scenes the whole time. What truly scares Buckingham Palace, people claim, isn't only Andrew's Epstein mess. They already punished him. What scares them is the idea that Andrew's network might connect to how Meghan entered the royal family. Because if Meghan knew Andrew before Harry, or entered royal circles through the same network, it changes everything about her story.
Let's get started. So the Daily Mail Plus released this article, Why Meghan Markle's best friend, who set her up with Prince Harry, has vanished. Whatever happened to Meghan's best friend, Marcus Anderson? The tall, handsome Canadian was third wheel in the early days of her romance with Prince Harry, and he was front and center at their 2018 wedding.
Meghan's story has always been that she didn't understand royal rules. She was shocked by everything, and the family didn't help her. That's a big part of her victim story. But what if she had already been around royalty for years? What if she met Andrew through Epstein and Maxwell's world in 2001? What if she watched how that world worked for more than a decade before meeting Harry? If that were true, people would say her Oprah story was an act. They'd say she pretended to be innocent while being very smart and planned. And that's what would terrify the palace. If Meghan had links to Andrew's world before Harry, then she might know secrets who was there, what happened, and who did what. That kind of knowledge is power. That's why people claim the palace can't just cut her off, even if some royals want her gone. And Meghan's biggest fear wouldn't be the blurry Phuket photos people argue about. It would be what else is still hidden in unreleased Epstein files. Epstein kept records, photos, notes, and proof, because information was how he controlled people. If Meghan was there, then there could be real documentation sitting in government files right now. That's why, in this story, Meghan stays silent. She doesn't deny it, doesn't address it, and doesn't sue because, if she sued, someone might bring proof.
December of 2010, you went to stay with him at his New York mansion. Why?
I went there with the sole purpose of saying to him that because he had been convicted, it was inappropriate for us to be seen together. To this day, I never had any contact with him from that day forward.
So silence is the safest move for her. But staying quiet while Andrew's scandal gets bigger makes people think she looks guilty. It makes her seem like someone who worries the truth is hidden somewhere. Now go back to Kirby Summers, the Maxwell biographer. People say she researched Maxwell for years, talked to many people, and studied hard to find documents. After all that, she still connected Meghan to the Phuket parties. That's not just casual gossip, she's risking her reputation by saying it. So people ask, what did Summers find, and who did she speak to? She hasn't shared all her sources, but she clearly believes the link is real enough to say publicly. And Summers also pointed to Marcus Anderson as the connector, saying he linked these networks starting around 2008.